Well, Guan, if you here, you know where you at, and you right where you're supposed to be. Time with space. Let's talk about it. I know y'all heard the selection of music. If not, let me give you another taste real quick.
I'm trying to get rich before I leave about this bitch. I'm trying to have things, but it's hard for a bit.
It's for a reason.
And I'm hoping to God I don't slip yet.
All right. Pause that. So today, I want to talk about your boy. He who remains, aka Kang, better known as Jonathan running from the white bitch, top speed, Usain Bolt, Majors. Bro, I was having a conversation with my mans, popped in my head. Is Jonathan Majors the new Terrence Howard? Yeah, pause for a minute. Terrence Howard. All right. Now, if you're a Marvel head like me, you remember. You got to go all the way back to like 2005, 2009, somewhere in there. The very first Iron Man. Terrence Howard played Rhodey. Yes, for those that don't remember, Terrence Howard played Rhodey. Was wonderful. He's a phenomenal actor. Shout out to Terrence Howard. Great actor. We seen him again? Oh yeah, I ain't paused. Y'all know I'm turned up. Y'all know what's in my cup. I'm just asking, have you seen him again? No. Not once. We haven't seen a cameo. Like, bro, that nigga wasn't an extra. He didn't play one of Groot's limbs. Like, nothing. Not a voiceover. Nothing. All over a monetary dispute between him and Robert Downey Jr. Two sides of the story. I mean, we can get into it in a completely different video, but here's the long and short of it. Marvel didn't know what the fuck Marvel was about to do. It was a complete reboot, complete rebrand, and they didn't expect it to do what it did. So Terrence was promised a bag, and then come second movie, after they did what they did, they was like, yo, we're gonna give Robert Downey the bag. We're going to give you less than what we told you, but you part of the franchise. My nigga was like, man, yo, suck my dick. Fuck out of here. I need my bread running. They was like, oh, word? Just give us a second, Mr. Howard. Yes, Mr. Cheadle. How would you feel about playing the War Machine in the new Marvel series? Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay, we'll send the paperwork right over. Thank you. That's how that shit went. 6, 7 movies later, 200 million. Niggas don't even remember that Terrence Howard was a part of the Marvel series. Now let's get back to what I'm saying here. Mr. Majors. Misdemeanor. I mean, listen, the charges, I've looked at them. I don't really give a fuck, just to be like 100. Y'all know how I get down. But I've seen them in the charges, bro. Nothing, right? Not to mention, we've all seen the video. Again, minus the theatrics, minus the jokes, we've seen the videos. This dude is not, you know what I'm saying, some domestic violent, beer drinking, wife beating ass nigga. That's not him. Regardless of the situation, that's not him. But Marvel, or bigger than Marvel, Disney was like, hey man, fuck you, bro. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I haven't seen Mans do nothing since then. Nothing. But I got to be even bigger problem. Let's talk about it. So, again, as a Marvel fanatic, as I am, I'm invested. So I watched Loki, season 1 and season 2. And the whole premise was built up on the idea of this tyrant coming. He who remains. He who remains is coming. This guy. You know how hard it was for me to find this merch? That's the only reason we only had this. And I found it in a return box on the clearance. It's no cap. Return box, the shit was open, retaped, and didn't have the accessories. Like my man's supposed to have an Apple and his time pad and shit. None of that was in the box. I may have or may not have actually paid for it. But I'm saying that's how I found him. I'm out looking, you know, I like to accessorize, make shit, you know what I mean? Pop for y'all. I may not have the highest of production, but y'all gonna get that real feel value, you know what I'm saying? That's all they had. Unless I go online to order. No merch. Which lets me know they snatched the merch. They pulled all the merch. Yeah, ain't no Kang shirts out there no more. Not even the cartoon version of that nigga. Nothing. I mean, nothing. So it got me to thinking. Well, damn, y'all had 2 series over the course of, you know, 2.5 years, 3 years. Not to mention the time that it had to take to actually film and then get it out. Excuse me. Then I started thinking to myself, well, you guys couldn't have foreseen this shit happening. You couldn't have foreseen yourself getting rid of him. So what happened to everything that you were working on? See, this is where I have a problem. This is where I got to get into my rant bag. I'm going to have to light my thing back up. Yo. That's beyond pause. Come on, man. Take it easy. I'm saying the actual sweat, equity, and time that was invested into making this man who he was, into developing the character so that we actually had a connection with him. I wanted to see what this nigga was gonna do. You know what I mean? It took us almost 10 years to actually like really get to experience Thanos. So I'm thinking, you know, the same thing, maybe not as long of a stretch, but you know, over the next, you know, 3, 4, 5 years and a couple of movies, like, yo, Kang finna be that dude. Kang doesn't even exist anymore. So what happened to all of that script? Everything that was supposed to happen, what did you do? And I'm on your ass right now, Marvel, because you guys are synonymous for doing this shit. You keep doing rewrites, you push back movies, and then you put out ass product. That's a fact. I'm telling you as a fan, as a fanatic, I'm always there, and it's like, yo, y'all went from giving us grade A, top of the line, medical, to giving us rocked up, dirty crack. Like, that's how I'm feeling right now. Again, I'm kind of in my bag, and I'm going to get deeper in the bag. Because like I said, I really personally, I don't know about anybody else, but I personally want to know what happens to all that script. Do you just scratch it, throw it away, and be like, all right, it's cool. And again, we're just no longer going to even acknowledge the fact that this guy exists, or anything? I have to think that Loki as a character is going to show back up within the new phase, right? Otherwise, I guess he's just stuck trying to hold the multiverse, which doesn't exist, together. Help me make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to figure out. Now, we got no time for that right now. Y'all gotta call back. Yeah, we filming. My bad, y'all. Put my joint on I be telling these motherfuckers, man, hold on, y'all. That's on me. Put my shit on vibrate. Pause. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out, like, do we acknowledge that he was a character and we write him out? Or are we just going to ignore the storyline that we built and basically prune that shit like one of the timelines from the TVA? I'm going to give y'all a second. Is Jonathan Majors going to be the new Terrence Howard? Are we going to look back 5, 6, 10 years from now and the man them ain't never going to sniff the Marvel Universe again? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Like I said, it's just a conversation. It was just in my head. I've been going on and on about the Deadpool. I'm excited about this Falcon. I hope they do it right. But I really started thinking to myself, like, yo, what the fuck? This guy was supposed to be the next villain, like the next Thanos, the next threat to the world. And now all of a sudden he's gone. And I get the whole media and all that weird shit or whatever, let's say the real world version of it. But as far as the Marvel universe, how are we going to address this? And I'm going to be honest. If there's just nothing ever said about Kang again moving forward, I'm not okay with that. I'm not jacking that. Like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. It's just like, that's as crazy basically as like Vision not being in Doctor Strange or even being spoken of. That's another video. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into what happened to Vision. You just bring out White Vision. You have this big fight at the end of WandaVision, which that series was, oh my, it was tough to digest. I had such high hopes for it. But we're going to talk about that as well. Like little things like that, little inconsistencies like that. Excuse me. Shit make me sick. Oh yeah, it's not the weed. Well, it is the weed, but I'm saying, is nobody else wondering what the fuck happened to Vision? Like, where is Vision? Anybody got eyes on Vision? Pun intended. Just asking. Just asking. So y'all let me know in the comments. Again, this one was more about the idea of like, is my man, they just gonna write him out? Because he gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? They done cut ties and everything. But I'm just wondering how this actually affects the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Is there no more mention of He Who Remains? Is basically everything that Kang is, all the worlds, the multiverses, the sacred timeline, is all of that essentially eliminated because of the Deadpool movie? Or was that what Ryan was sort of trying to infer? Are we going to get something in this new Falcon that's going to address that? But I'm just saying, I mean, there's a lot to digest. Not to mention, the void is, you know, I mean, what is it, destroyed now? I'm going to have to go back maybe and watch the Deadpool again and get an interpretation of it. But I'm like, are we to understand that there's only now one cinematic universe? That would be great. But now all of the movies have to have a particular consistency. These are just some things to think about if you're a Marvel head like me. But as far as Mr. Majors, I guess time will tell. But if you ask me again, I'm pretty sure it's a wrap for my boy. And in the words of my man, my man, y'all know who it is. It's your boy.